This morning, a small town suddenly fell silent, as if it had just passed through a storm. A 73-year-old woman, healthy, active, with no underlying disease, no warning signs, collapsed to the floor just seconds after getting out of bed. Not a single cry, not a single warning, just a morning like any other. But that normalcy was a trap. The incident not only stunned her family, but also woke up the whole neighborhood. They could not understand how could someone who was still healthy, happy, and alert collapse like that. How could a familiar morning become a fateful turning point? But what was more frightening was this was not a rare case. What happened to her could be silently waiting for anyone after the age of 60. Not because of a serious illness, but because of small, seemingly harmless habits that take place every morning, are the Achilles heels of old age. You may be waking up every day doing the same little things over and over again, but those little things, if done wrong, will silently drain your stability, your strength, and even your life, little by little. The most worrying thing is, most people don't even know they're doing it wrong. And when they do, it's usually too late. In this video, I'll show you the 5 most dangerous mistakes that many people make right after waking up, along with specific, simple, easy to implement solutions. And especially the 5th mistake, the silent killer that few people talk about, but is silently destroying the health of millions of people every morning. Stay until the end, because you won't just save a morning, you could save a future. There is something very scary happening every morning, but because it happens so slowly, so silently, we often don't notice it. Actions that seem harmless, repeated out of habit, are actually a chain of reflexes that slowly erode our health, sanity, and balance over the years. You don't have to do anything major to put yourself in danger. Just do small things wrong, every day, every morning, and they add up. Like drops of water on a stone floor, nothing significant today, but one day, the stone will wear away. Maybe you wake up and jump out of bed without thinking about it. Maybe you start your day with a hot cup of coffee without eating anything. Maybe you never bother to drink water, or you walk with your shoulders slumped, head down, as if you're still carrying last night's dream with you. All of these are common mistakes. Mistakes of haste, of ignorance, of subjectivity. But today, you will no longer be among them. I will point out each habit one by one, not to confuse you, but to give you the right to choose again. And I promise, when you understand deeply and change, you yourself will feel the difference. Not only in your health, but also in your spirit of life. Let's start. The first mistake, also the mistake that most people make, happens the moment you open your eyes. When you open your eyes in the morning, your body is still on the thin line between deep sleep and wakefulness. Your heart is still beating slowly. Your blood pressure is still low. Your blood is still circulating at the speed of a dream, not of action. But many people, perhaps you, are used to jumping up immediately as if willpower alone is enough to start the day. But the body does not act on that command. When you suddenly sit up, stand up, move too quickly, the circulatory system has not had time to adjust. As a result, blood does not reach the brain in time. You feel dizzy, lightheaded, your legs shake, sometimes you lose your balance. And many people have fallen right in their own familiar room. That phenomenon is called postural hypotension, one of the leading causes of falls, injuries, and even strokes in the elderly. But what makes it most dangerous is, it does not always warn. Sometimes it is just a vague feeling for a few seconds. And then the accident happened. So what you need is not the will to get up, but slow and deliberate. When you first wake up, lie still for a few breaths. Take a deep breath, move your fingers and toes slightly, then turn your body to one side, sit up, let your feet touch the ground, and wait 20 to 30 seconds. During that short period of time, the blood will start circulating properly. The body will regain its balance. Only when you feel okay, stand up, slowly and steadily. This is not weakness. This is respect for the body, the thing that has accompanied you for so many years. And if you give it a 2-minute start every morning, it will give you back 20 years of strong, free, and vibrant old age. After a long night, your body has performed a series of vital functions without you even knowing it. The heart beats continuously. The brain still works to process memories. The liver detoxifies. The kidneys filter blood. The cells repair small injuries in the body. All of these activities require a vital element, water. However, every morning when waking up, many people skip drinking water. They think they are not thirsty, or simply forget. But what few people know is that the feeling of thirst is a late signal, meaning that when you feel thirsty, your body is already in a state of dehydration. For older people, this is even more dangerous. Over time, the feeling of thirst decreases, but the need for water remains the same. As a result, the blood becomes thicker, circulation becomes more difficult, blood pressure becomes unstable, and the heart has to work twice as hard. Feeling tired, sluggish, having a headache in the morning, often it's not because of age, but simply because you're starting the day in a state of dehydration. Consider a simple habit. Prepare a glass of water by your bedside the night before. As soon as you wake up, drink it slowly. If you find it difficult to drink, start with a few small sips, or add a slice of lemon to stimulate digestion. It's not just for your stomach, it's also the first gift you give your body each day. Water doesn't just quench your thirst, it awakens your inner energy, jumpstarts your circulatory system, and is the first step to truly waking up, alert, safe, and energized. For many people, the day really begins only with a cup of coffee in hand. The alluring aroma, the warmth spreading in the palm of the hand, the feeling of instant alertness. Coffee is almost a sacred morning ritual. But there is an extremely common mistake that silently sabotages health over time: drinking coffee on an empty stomach. When you wake up, your body has gone many hours without food. Your blood sugar is low, your stomach is empty, the mucous membrane is not protected. And if you pour a cup of coffee, especially a strong one, you are causing your stomach to increase its production of strong acid without any buffer to protect it. The consequences do not come immediately. It accumulates little by little. A feeling of nausea, a burning sensation behind the sternum, dry breath, bloating, discomfort, insomnia. Over time, it can be the foundation for stomach ulcers, reflux, chronic digestive disorders. John, 75, had been drinking coffee every morning before breakfast for 40 years. He believed it was the reason he was so energetic. But then a nagging stomach ache, sleepless nights, and an emergency room visit for a stomach bleed forced him to reconsider. After consulting with a counselor, he made just one small change: eat a light snack before drinking coffee. A banana, a slice of whole wheat bread, a few almonds, or a small cup of yogurt. Within a few weeks, his body felt revived. Don't let coffee, which should be a pleasure, become the silent culprit. Remember, before stimulating, nourish. It's an ancient principle that Zen masters uphold. The body needs to be prepared, not demanded. And when you apply that, each sip of coffee will become a pleasure, not a price. When you wake up and feel a little tight in the back, stiff shoulders, heavy legs, chances are you'll brush it off without paying much attention. It must be because I slept in the wrong position, you tell yourself. Then, as usual, you rush out of bed, walking quickly, your body not having time to adapt. But that unlock moment is when your body is whispering a signal: I need more time. And if you don't listen, the musculoskeletal system that hasn't been properly activated will be easily damaged. All night long, your joints barely move. The lubricating fluid between the joints is pushed to the bottom, and the muscles are completely relaxed. When you suddenly ask your body to switch to an active state without a warm-up process, you're putting yourself at high risk for muscle strain, dislocation, or even falls due to loss of balance. Margaret, 79, used to think she was still very flexible. Every morning, she got up early to clean the house, moving around a lot, but she always felt a little stiff in her legs. One morning, as she was walking quickly out of her room, her knees gave out suddenly, and she fell sideways, hitting her hip on the bed. Luckily, she didn't break any bones, but she lived in constant fear of having to ask for help. You don't have to suffer the consequences. Just add 2-3 minutes of morning warm-up. While you're still in bed, roll your ankles, stretch your arms, lean forward gently. When you sit up, stretch your shoulders, shake your neck and shoulders. Feel each movement. Nothing is too easy if it brings safety. Mornings are not a race, but a respectful ritual of waking up your body. And when you start your day like this, you're not just protecting your body, you're teaching yourself to listen to the life within. There is a silent mistake that is more dangerous than all the others. Because it doesn't hurt right away, it doesn't cause you to fall immediately, but every day it silently takes away your stability, your breath, and your confidence. That mistake is the wrong posture. When getting out of bed, picture yourself every morning. Head down, shoulders slumped, back hunched, eyes on the floor. It's a familiar image for many people. And it's also the posture of fatigue, weakness, and imbalance. This posture causes the chest to be compressed, breathing shallow and less oxygen to the brain. You start the day with a body lacking oxygen, leading to a feeling of lethargy, confusion, and even depression. Not only that, when your shoulders slump and your center of gravity shifts forward, your ability to maintain balance is greatly reduced. You walk with instability, and even a slight stumble can lead to a dangerous fall. But the consequences are not just falling. The hunched posture compresses the digestive system, causing bloating, indigestion, and constipation. The musculoskeletal system is misaligned, causing early degeneration and long-term pain. And most importantly, this posture also affects emotions and memory. Studies have shown that people with a hunched gait tend to be sad, anxious, and have poorer memory. Helen, 81, used to be a cheerful, active person, but over time she gradually walked hunched over, not paying attention. After a few near misses, she finally fell for real, just because she got out of bed in a familiar, incorrect posture. After the fall, it took her nearly a year to recover, but what was more painful was the feeling of not being able to walk confidently like before. You can change that starting tomorrow morning. As soon as you sit up and put your feet on the floor, straighten your back as if you were growing a few centimeters. Keep your shoulders open, your head up, your eyes looking straight ahead, and take a deep breath. It's not just a pose, it's a living statement. Today, I choose to be strong. I choose to be free. And when you walk with that strong stance, you are sending a message to every cell in your body: we are still there, resilient, alert, whole. You may be thinking, I've been living like this for years, what's the big deal? That's what many people think. Until their body sends them a signal they can't ignore: a fall, a bout of dizziness, a sudden hospital stay. The truth is, your body never betrays you. It just endures in silence, day after day, year after year, until it can't anymore. The little habits you do every morning, whether you're not paying attention to them or not, are building or destroying your healthy future, silently but surely. And the magic is, it can all start again, tomorrow. It doesn't have to be a revolution. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just start small. Wake up a few minutes later, drink a glass of water, eat a snack before your coffee. Stretch in bed, stand tall. These little actions are the seeds of health you're sowing every day. Time will do the rest. And when you look back in a few months, a few years, you will know it was those morning moments that kept you grounded, sane, and free. Your body is your first home, your longtime friend, the boat that has carried you through many storms. Now give it a worthy start each morning as a way of deep gratitude, because no one knows what tomorrow will bring. But you can decide today to start living consciously, lovingly, and caringly, and sometimes that alone is enough to change the rest of your life.